In one of his first congressional hearings, New York Representative Joe Sempolinski shares how the pandemic impacted his family.
My wife, Angie, is a school teacher who had to teach through hybrid learning through the pandemic. She would see half her students one day while the other half sat at home, probably playing video games or with their computers on mute. The next day, those groups would change places. She was in the classroom. She'd have the different kids that weren't there before. And so you're effectively cutting their learning time and education for that particular school year in half. But despite millions and millions of dollars being poured into schools at the behest of the American Federation of Teachers, we still have record low test scores and comprehension.
According to research from the Brookings Institute, students' overall math and reading test scores have dropped, and that drop is even more drastic for kids in low-income areas. In a recent House Congressional Education Subcommittee, they look at how students can get back on track. Researchers and educators say with the infusion of COVID relief dollars, schools are using that on things like teacher development and student tutoring.
Several states and school districts are developing permanent tutoring infrastructures that could add an important instructional component. Schools are bringing in mental health professionals and training teachers in social emotional learning to help students navigate their emotions and relationships.
But even with this additional funding, districts are still facing other pressing issues.
Many districts can't find the people they want to hire. The pandemic has exacerbated longstanding shortages in critical teaching areas like special ed, science, and math.
Panelists say investing in our kids can help them recover from any loss of learning.
We have a responsibility to spend it well and really hold ourselves accountable to the outcomes of that funding.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp reporting.